Yeah, we heard it from the man himself, Mr. Rock Owomugisha Nicholas, telling us there that life is what goes on when we are busy preparing to live. Oh my God. So we realize that we don't live our fullest. Actually, we don't live up to what we expect to live as we continue preparing.
Exactly.
Because the best is passing by. Wow, that's so wonderful. Once again, we are going for a very short commercial break, and when we are coming back, we will be getting his final words. I'll just continue this business today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Show that comes your way each and every weekday, Monday to Friday, 9 to 10 a.m. My name is Harriet Atiang. It is time for us to conclude because time is not so much on our side. We are finishing, but just before we leave this studio, Mr. Nicholas Rock, your last words maybe to the youth out there, because today's show I wanted to just dedicate it to the young men and women out there who are still struggling with life, maybe tamarking or hustling or whichever word we call it, struggling with life, not knowing what to do, still feeling stranded, feeling confused and all that. Maybe your last word as we conclude the show.
Well, thank you so much. To all the youngsters, to all the young men and women, and everyone who is there and you have a dream in your heart, this is what I can do. Is the very first thing is, no, everyone who is great has somewhere he started from. In most cases, if not in all cases, the beginning of everything is always humble. Number one. Number two, they always started where they were. Start where you were with whatever resources you have. They may be small, meager, or meager. It may just be an idea or a thought, but let that be your starting point. When you have made a starting point, then work. The place, what is called patience, the place of patience is the place when you have tried all the available options. Somebody should never tell you to be patient. Patient doesn't mean sitting down and waiting for things to do themselves. Never. The only place of patience is after you have exhausted all the options there is. After you have tried everything you can try, and after you have sowed enough seeds. What I mean by sowing enough seeds of trials, after you've tried everything, after you have done whatever you can do with your hands, with your brain, and with your extended hands. Extended hands are resources that are not in us. It's like, we need all the knowledge, but not all the knowledge needs to be in your brain. No. You can have all the knowledge in another person's brain. That is why if you're a business person, you need the knowledge of a lawyer, but it does not need to be in your own head because you can hire one. So sometimes you need some knowledge. Some of the knowledge that is yours is actually in other people's brains. You need to also get that knowledge. That means if it means learning, learn. If it means readjusting, readjust. If it means revising your work plan, do so. But commit yourself to making a mark. Another thing, let us learn to celebrate small victories. Sometimes, like I said, life is a journey. If you were in secondary and you are going to the university or high school, celebrate. That one is already an achievement. Because like I was giving you an the analog of someone growing up. Later you're like, I want to get married. Then you're married. Then you're like, let my kids first grow. Then they grow. Then later you're like, let me first retire. Before you realize, you are in the evening of your days. And your heart is still full of unsatisfaction. But another difference is, I have learned another secret in life. Also live one day at a time. What value have you added to your life today Because today is what you have. You never know what comes of you tomorrow. So make sure that today you do today's work and do it best. After you have done it, then pat your shoulder and say, today was a fruitful day. I can guarantee you that the value of your life, the quality of your life, is not measured by the breadth of your physical achievement, but by the contentment there is in your heart. Sometimes we keep pressing for greater things, even those that are impossible to us, and we forget our own excellencies. For example, if you're a television programmer, the success of just one television station program is enough success to make you have a smile today and hope for greater things tomorrow. The success of just today that you have had a meal and you are still working on your dream is enough seed to give you hope to face tomorrow with confidence. So let hope be in your heart that because today is a success, even tomorrow will turn out good. Challenge yourself and say, whatever you meet as a challenge is an opportunity to solve a problem. And when you solve a problem, it is the foundation of achievement. Be it small, be it great. Be it celebrated, be it under the carpet. But success is success at whatever level. And no one is the failure when he gets that revelation.
Wow. That's so wonderful and so beautiful. Thank you so much. And just as we conclude, maybe if you could just give us a short recap of some of the titles of the books that you have written, because I see them here already. I wish you could just give us the titles of them very fast as we sign out.
Okay, thank you so much. Like I said, I am an author. And I'm also a singer. Actually, I do music. Maybe you'll play one of my videos. And also, now about the books, I've written already quite a number of books. I've written over 10 books. But today I brought you some titles. For example, I have one book that is called Achieving Your Divine Destiny. And in this book, it's in 2 parts. There is a part we say, number 1, discover your purpose in life. After you have discovered it, that's the first step. Then number 2, pursue it with excellence. To pursue with excellence means to give it your all. That's one of my books. Another book I've written is called Laws of Excellence. Laws of Excellence is, here we say, discover your identity and pursue it with excellence. This one follows this one in that here are the laws of excellence. Actually, most of what I was talking quotations from this book. They are principles of excellence. If you're to start, how do you challenge yourself to be able to start? This is one of the books that will make you an excellent person in whatever endeavor you do, whether it is business, whether it is in the corporate world, whether it is in preaching the gospel, whether it is in agriculture, or whatever you put your heart to. Other books I've done is like The Path of Wisdom. It's an inspirational book. That is, I called it a biblical approach to the challenges facing Generation X. We have challenges with our generation, children growing up from dysfunctional families. We have people, we have no mentors. The people we should look up to, they are not really exemplary. And we are in a generation I call Generation X. It has no definition. But here is a biblical approach about how you can overcome those challenges. Then I have other books like Living by Grace. This is called the Secret of Living Beyond the Circumstances of this Age. When you look at living by grace, sometimes you need grace to overcome the challenges. Grace is simply divine enablement, in that you go beyond what you see in the natural and you put your hope in God, trusting that He will make things better. What you cannot do, He can do it. I have books like Effective Evangelism. This is for preachers. If you want to touch the heart of God and be a blessing in your generation and actually be a good communicator of the gospel, this is one of the best books you need to read. And I also have another book. This is called Back to the Grace. This is a melodrama about the pitfalls in Christian expedition and the triumph of goodness. All of them are very good books, and they are very inspiring. Yes.
Wow, that's so great. I'm actually very challenged at your age, talking of such a large volume of books that you've authored by yourself and published by yourself. Man, we celebrate you, and we really, I believe that Uganda needs such brains, such people who stand out and do something extraordinary. Thank you so much for taking your time to be with us.
God bless
Thank
you.
you so much.
God bless you.
That's all we have for today. Thank you so much for joining Business Today. My name is Harriet Tiang. See you next time. Take care of yourself. God bless.